Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a new Pokemon in the world of Pokemon Go, Decidueye. Decidueye is a Grass and Ghost type Pokemon with the moveset of Razor Leaf, Energy Ball, and Brave Bird. It is a Pokemon with a lot of potential, but currently it's stuck with a low energy generating fast move and high energy cost charge moves, meaning in matchups where Razor Leaf is resisted, it struggles a lot. Regardless, I did want to try it out and see how it performs in practice, so without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out Decidueye in action in the Great League. Picking up the Nightmare lead in the first match, Bastiodon into Scrafty. I save switch into Decidueye and we bait out a Golbat. This is a terrible matchup, but I'm hopeful that I will be able to reach the Brave Bird. Come on Decidueye, get there! And we are not able to get there. That slow energy generation with the high cost charge moves, absolutely brutal, and already in match number 1, honestly proving to be a liability. Bastiodon will be able to get a very nice farm down here. We don't have to shield a thing, and we're going to be able to leave with over a flamethrower loaded, so that when that Scrafty comes back in, we are going to be able to apply some pressure. Back in comes Scrafty, they get a counter through, so I am going to switch as soon as they do to defer it. We go for the Flamethrower, they actually shield the Scrafty, that really surprised me, as Flamethrower does not do a lot. We bring in Serperior, and the final Pokemon is revealed to be Galarian Stunfisk. I go for the Frenzy Plant, not baiting here, and we're able to land it. A second Frenzy Plant will be taking them out. I have 2 shields, I kind of have to start shielding something. Obviously, I don't have to shield a Rock Slide there, but I figured I may as well start using shields now so that way I don't end up losing with 2 shields. We go for the Frenzy Plant, and unfortunately, they do commit the shield. I'm going to tank 1, and then my switch timer is coming up, so I count to 5, switch, and we're able to catch a Rock Slide back onto Bastiodon. The goal will be to bait back out the Scrafty, and then hopefully Serperior will be able to take it out, and I believe the Galarian Stunfisk should be energy dry. They go for the Power-Up Punch, trying to get to the Flamethrower, and I'm just not able to get there. In comes Serperior. At this point, I'm very low. I'm shielding no matter what they throw. They do go for the Power-Up Punch, and I'm going to fire back with the Frenzy Plant. This will get them quite low, but unfortunately not low enough to take them out. Can we get there? We're able to get to the Leaf Tornado. Leaf Tornado takes them out. This is going to be a race. Can we get to the Leaf Tornado before they get to the Rock Slide? Come on, Serperior. Able to get to the Leaf Tornado. Leaf Tornado will be taking care of the Galarian Stunfisk. And that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bastiodon into Skarmory, the dream lead. We just have to keep switch advantage. They save switch into an Azumarill, and I'm going to counter with Serperior. Serperior is very bulky, and I'm going to go for this Leaf Tornado before they reach a move. It's a good matchup regardless of whether I get the debuff or not, but since I get that debuff, it turns a good matchup into a commanding one. They're actually not even running Ice Beam, they are running Play Rough and Hydro Pump. I'm going to farm up to the back-to-back Leaf Tornadoes, and then I'm going to go for the Leaf Tornado to guarantee the KO. Unfortunately, Skarmory will get a significant amount of farm in this particular situation. The bright side, though, is that that energy is going to be completely useless against Bastiodon, as I should be in a pretty decent situation here. Here, I believe I actually did go for the Leaf Tornado. Definitely should have just gone for the Frenzy Plant, as the debuff doesn't matter as they're switching anyway, and the final Pokemon in the back is Galarian Stunfisk. Decidueye may look like a flyer, but it is not, so we're only taking neutral from Rock Slide, but honestly, that Rock Slide did so much damage, it felt like it was super effective. Decidueye is very, very glassy, kind of similar to a Pokemon like Trevenant, but where Trevenant succeeds, where Decidueye honestly fails, is in the moveset. Trevenant has Shadow Claw, Seed Bomb, Shadow Ball, so it has quick energy generation and low-cost moves, whereas Decidueye most definitely does not. They go for the snipe with Skarmory, we're able to read it, we catch on to Bastiodon. At this point, we can just farm them all the way down, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bastiodon into Mandibuzz, another incredibly dominant lead. We'll just have to keep switch, and like last game, we will be able to do that as it is yet another Azumarill save switch. Serperior is absolutely feasting. Unfortunately, I did time my charge move rather poorly there. They were able to get through a free bubble, and they actually end up going for a Hydro Pump here. Again, second day of the season, sometimes that'll happen in the first few days. People just not necessarily throwing the most optimal moves in the most optimal situation. Either way, even if they had the Ice Beam, that was not going to flip that matchup, especially after we got that attack drop. In comes Mandibuzz. I should be going for the Frenzy Plant, but you know what? I was willing to push my luck and were able to get the attack drop. And now, honestly, this becomes a bit of a painful matchup for Mandibuzz. That Dark Pulse did not do a lot of damage, but honestly, these Frenzy Plants for being resisted do some solid damage, as Frenzy Plant is just an all-around terrific move. They get to a second charge move here. It's a second Dark Pulse. It actually doesn't KO. Serperior tanking that debuffed move like a champion, able to fire back with another Frenzy Plant, and Serperior, the grass type, almost got Mandibuzz to 25% HP. Let's go. And interestingly enough, this Mandibuzz is staying in, which probably means there's something weak in the back to Bastiodon. There it is. It is the Alolan Marowak. Unfortunately, Decidueye does not have a lot of play in this endgame, but Bastiodon should be able to take us home. We can easily tank whatever they decide to throw. They go for the Bone Club, and they threw it as soon as they got it. So I'm going to count to 3, switch, and we're able to catch their second Bone Club onto Decidueye. And now we get to embark on a dangerous game. Can we Razor Leaf down a Fire type before they Fire Spin us down? We're able to get through a Razor Leaf, which is very, very nice. They go for the Shadow Ball. We're able to Razor Leaf down the Alolan Marowak, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, switching Bastiodon into Shadow Walrein. This is a pretty decent lead, but of course I do have to be mindful of a potential Earthquake. I'm going to throw 6 Smackdowns, switch, and catch what should hopefully be an Earthquake onto Serperior, but they baited. They land the super effective Icicle Spear, and then they switch in Talonflame. I'm very grateful that they didn't stay in and throw a second Icicle Spear, because had they done that, I would have been forced to shield. Instead, they brought out Talonflame, which is exactly what I needed to bait out. So a bit of a rough start there, catching an Icicle Spear bait, but now Bastiodon can do what it does best, which is absolutely powering through flyers. They go for the first Flame Charge. That is totally fine. They can even go for a second Flame Charge. Bastiodon does not care. We're going to be able to smack down and leave with close to 100 energy. So if they bring back in that Walrein, Walrein is going to have to start giving up shields. And they don't. They actually bring in their third, which is Trevenant, and this is a really bad sign. If they shield both Flamethrowers, I'm in a lot of trouble because, again, Decidueye, very slow to charge moves. So this will not be good if they double shield, and they do. I'm just going to stay in with the Bastiodon and force them to throw. I believe this Seed Bomb should take me out if they go for the Seed Bomb. They do. I actually live on 1 HP, and then I let myself go down. Definite misplay. I should have switched to preserve it for a potential sacrificial swap in the endgame. Honestly, I thought it was going to kill me. So that's why I didn't end up swapping there. Bit of a slow reaction time on my end. But at this point, I kind of have to shield everything. Decidueye is very glassy. Farming up. They bring in the Walrein. Walrein able to reach a move. And that's a good game. If I had access to a charge move that I could get to faster, or a faster energy generating fast move, could have pulled the game off. But again, Decidueye really being held back by its moveset. Pretty neutral lead in the next match, so I do save switch into my Serperior, and we are met with Talonflame. Obviously, terrible matchup for Serperior. I'm just going to try and spam out these Leaf Tornadoes to try and get a debuff, but baiting this out will be great, and should hopefully allow 2 shield Decidueye to sweep in the end game. We are going for a last second Leaf Tornado. Can we get a debuff for the road? And we do. That is fantastic. Now Bastiodon is going to be taking even less damage from this Flame Charge, and since they were forced to throw on Serperior, I should be able to smack all the way down here, so I do leave with very close to a move when that Kingdra does come back in. I'm going straight for the Stone Edge. Stone Edge grabs the shield, and then I bring in the Razor Leafer in Decidueye, and these Razor Leafs are tearing through Kingdra. I am going to shield up. They go for the Octazooka. They do not get the debuff, and in comes Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak farming up, and this is enough for a Shadow Bone, and I just have to hope that this is CMP. They shield the Brave Bird, and it's a CMP tie. We may have a shot to win this game. If they farmed me down and left with a ton of energy, I would have been in a lot of trouble, but that CMP tie was absolutely massive, as Bastiodon should be able to commit to the farm down here. And then we're going to leave with a move to be able to throw at Kingdra, and it won't quite take out Kingdra from this health range, but 1 or 2 Smackdowns after that will be able to do so. Stone Edge connects, 1 more Smackdown, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bastiodon into Cresselia. This is a fantastic lead for us, and the fact that the opponent is staying in tips me off that they very well could be weak in the back to Bastiodon as well, and if that's the case, I will want to switch out of this matchup at some point. I'm going to stay in for a while because it is a very good matchup, and I'll be able to apply a lot of pressure onto this Cresselia, honestly without taking a whole lot of damage in return. They're at Grass Knot number 2. I don't have to shield a thing in this matchup. Bastiodon exceedingly tanky, and my plan is I'm actually going to try and catch their 4th Grass Knot onto my Serperior. They get to it in 6 Psycho Cuts, which is 4 Smackdowns for me, so I throw the 4 Smackdowns, switch, and we're able to catch onto Serperior. That is massive. That Grass Knot does basically nothing, and they bring in a Alolan Ninetales, and it becomes clear why they decided to stay in, because this Alolan Ninetales likes seeing Bastiodon even less than the Cresselia does. From here, honestly, I don't really view it as worth it to shield. I'm just going to bring back in Bastiodon, able to smack down, and if they bring in Cresselia, then I should be able to output a significant amount of damage with the Stone Edge. But they actually end up bringing in Shadow Politoed, and this game is already over. The opponent just doesn't know it yet. We go for the back-to-back Stone Edges. We're able to grab the shield. I stay in to force them to throw, and then, you ever seen a Politoed disappear? In comes Decidueye. Politoed gets absolutely evaporated, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Bastiodon into Shadow Swampert. Absolute nightmare lead. I safe switch into Serperior, expecting a Skarmory swap in, but they actually bring in Clefable. That is definitely a rare find in the Great League, a Swampert not paired with a Skarmory. I am trying to lower the amount of damage that these charms are doing to me. We were not able to get the debuff from the first Leaf Tornado, and we don't get it from the second Leaf Tornado either. You know what? I'm a bit stubborn. We're going for Leaf Tornado number 3. Please, can I get the debuff? And we finally do get the debuff. Normally, I wouldn't shield here, but we snuck through a Vine Whip, and I believe I can actually reach a Leaf Tornado, which we're able to do. Now, if they want alignment, they're going to have to give up their last shield, which they do. And here, instead of farming down with Bastiodon, I'm actually going to farm down with Decidueye, so that way I get an energy lead, and I can hopefully reach a charge move versus whatever is in the back. And it's Venusaur. So the question is, can we get to the Brave Bird? They only did 6 Vine Whips there, so this should only be a Frenzy Plant. I call it. That still does a ton of damage, but it is only a Frenzy Plant. We're farming up, we switch, and we're able to catch onto Bastiodon. I need to lure back out this Shadow Swampert, but the Venusaur is not swapping out. They bank a move. That is a fantastic play. And then finally, back in comes Shadow Swampert. I'm going for the Stone Edge. Unfortunately, even though Shadow Swampert is fairly glassy, it's still resisted, so it's not going to be doing a lot of damage. And I'm going to save the shield for Decidueye. The win con here is I'm going to try and Razor Leaf down and hopefully reach the Brave Bird to take out the Venusaur. We shield up the Hydro Cannon, able to farm down. We have the Brave Bird. Decidueye actually able to reach and land a charge move. Brave Bird takes out the Venusaur, and that's a good game. Hopping to the final match, leading Bastiodon into Heracross. Heracross is a big core breaker for this entire team, so this is going to be tough. We save switch into Serperior, and Serperior is instantly hard punished by an Altaria switch in. So hard counted on the lead and on the save switch. We're able to get an attack drop, which is quite nice because then they're forced to throw energy to take us out. They are going to be able to farm us down. Here, I make a mistake. I meant to click on the Frenzy Plant. I ended up clicking on the Leaf Tornado. In this situation, I would much rather have the extra damage from Frenzy Plant than a potential second debuff. Back in comes Bastiodon, not waiting out the switch clock because I want to take out this Altaria before their switch clock comes up and they have the opportunity to save it for later in the match. So I am farming up, trying to do as much damage to this Altaria as I possibly can. Another Sky Attack, we tank that no problem. And they actually switch it out, and they aggressively bring back in Heracross. I'm going to go for the Flamethrower. This will grab the shield, and then we bring in Decidueye, and it's all up to Decidueye. I'm going to call that it's just a Rock Blast. It is, and now, can we Razor Leaf down a Bug type? This is a tall ask from Decidueye. So the opponent correctly read that my team was double grass, and they were able to save the Altaria for the endgame. We're able to Razor Leaf down, back in comes Altaria, and we are going for the Brave Bird. hoping it does land. They do commit the shield. At this point, I realized it was so low, I probably should have just energy balled, but this way they do get less farm. And the final Pokemon in the back is Walrein. So they would have been a lot better off had they not saved that Altaria. By giving up Switch, they allowed me to get shield advantage. And from here, Bastiodon is going to be able to vanquish Walrein and Altaria. And we are able to get the win. All in all, and now some final thoughts on Decidueye. Obviously, the typing is really strong. We've seen a Pokemon with the same typing, Trevenant, have a ton of success in the Great League and the Ultra League with not too dissimilar stats. The big difference and what is keeping Decidueye as a bad Pokemon for Go Battle League for the time being is the moveset. Razor Leaf or Astonish as the fast moves, and then Shadow Sneak, Energy Ball, and Brave Bird as the charge moves. Unfortunately, that's just a very poor combination of a move pool, and until Decidueye gets some help in that moveset department, you can confidently not build one. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible, so thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.